All right, we are live now.
Finally.
Yeah. Uh, Mr. Statistic, Jojo is not here right now. Be waiting for him a little bit. Pretty much, we're going to do a review of our league and what happened this week. Unfortunately, we could skip the part that happened to me. We could just talk about everyone else.
Yeah, we all lost. We all.
Yeah, we
I
did.
actually have that excuse though. Like Daryl Henderson was out. Deontay Johnson was out.
There's no excuses. There's no excuses in fantasy. You shouldn't tell our beloved
Joey's
viewers.
Christian McCaffrey got injured. Your team no one got injured.
Whatever. My team just sucks. What are you going to do about it? But you know what? What's funny about it? It's like you guys rated my team an A, and now I thought my team was very good too, and it's like they're just not performing. It's really unfortunate. We'll come around though. We'll come.
Your team is horrible though. You should let. You want to let everyone know how I trade raped you?
I don't think so. I really don't think so.
I definitely trade.
You know, baby.
Hey, who did you offer Allen Robinson to though? Like everyone in the league?
Literally everyone besides Joey. I talked to Adam about it, but he didn't want him. So yeah, nobody wanted him. They're all like, "Oh, Justin Fields sucks." I'm like, it was one game. Whatever.
Yeah, well, I got something to say about that Justin Fields. I know I had a take on him, right? Saying he's gonna be the rookie year, this and that. But we gotta get on Matt Nagy or Adam Gase reincarnate, I guess.
No, you know who we gotta get on is you, because I got Justin Fields on my DraftKings because of you, and I totally fucking lost because of your advice.
Wait, I don't know why you would play him in cash because that's a tournament play, man. I wouldn't. I mean, actually, no, that's not true. I did play him in cash.
See your
half my FanDuel leagues, but you know what? I still won all my 50-50s and double ups and DraftKings, including our 3-man again.
So he tricked us. He made us add.
No.
Yeah.
It was a pure GPP play. It was a pure upside play. Again, that's on Matt Nagy, like 80%. 20% is still Justin Fields. I mean, he's still got to complete some of the passes, but that game plan was completely horseshit. Watching some of the film of O lineman oversetting, allowing a free rusher.
Yeah. No. I remember when I was trying to trade for Justin Fields and like I was talking to you about it, and I'm like, he's horrible because on that one play in the preseason where he got his head ripped off, that was his fault because he didn't slide protect to that side. And I'm just saying the guy got sacked like 9 times. Like he's not very good at reading defense. That's actually what I told you.
That's not on him, dude. That's not on him. There on A gap pressure. He slid protect underneath. And why isn't the running back making a block? That's not on him completely.
He didn't have any running backs blocking. It was just
there's a
5 receiver sets.
There's a game plan for O line and blocking every single week. That was not being done. There's O lineman oversetting and allowing free rushers. You also have a left tackle who's been in the league for like 14 years in Jason Peters, who's cut blocking on a 3rd and 14. What? With a chip from the running back? You mean to tell me that the running back's not doing their job? Like he helped chips, and yet Jason Peters is cut blocking on a 3rd and 14. He was getting manhandled by Myles Garrett the whole game. So Jason Peters also has to have some fault there too. But the O-line blocking in the game plan, not doing any read option, not doing any waggle, not getting him outside the pocket, that's on Matt Nagy. I mean,
yeah, honestly, that's why I traded. I wanted to get rid of Allen Robinson.
Yeah, that's kind of why we're now. But
I mean, he was getting heavily targeted, which was good, which I liked. But the offensive line
was not heavily targeted. No one was heavily targeted. He threw 2 passes in the first half. He threw 2 passes in the first half. Tell me how.
To Allen Robinson. The only person
who's Allen Robinson. Any success for the kid? Like he throws 2 passes.
Yeah, but he did throw it in the second half, and Allen Robinson still leads the team in targets. So.
All I'm saying is, like, if that offense, like, nothing's going to happen. But I'll say this: every single rookie quarterback's doing BS, right? You got Trevor Lawrence, football Jesus to everyone, has 7 interceptions through 3 games. He's thrown 3, 2, and 2. You got Zach Wilson right behind him. Zach Wilson's 4 and 2, or 1, 4 and 2. He's got 7 picks, and then you got who else is there? Mac Jones. He threw 3 picks this past week as well. I mean, none of these quarterbacks are doing really well, but you also got to look at Justin Fields not even turn the ball over. He just going to get the ball off.
Wasn't there one more quarterback?
Yeah, Trey Lance. He hasn't played yet.
One word answers. That's it. Just say bust or he'll be good.
Oh, you can't tell him 3 games, dude.
No, you can tell. Trevor Lawrence, which one? He's getting mad because of Justin Fields.
They're all bust, man. What the hell are you talking about? 3 games?
No, Trevor Lawrence isn't be good. Lawrence isn't be good.
Yeah, I think Lawrence will be good.
Lawrence will be all right, but I mean, the way they're all looking, they're all looking pretty bad.
I mean, Trevor Lawrence has Urban Meyer as head coach, so I mean that kind of says a lot in my opinion. But I mean,
well, let's go into our.
Here's the thing. Here's the difference between that, though. Urban Meyer is doing things to make Trevor Lawrence succeed, yet he's still struggling, though. He's doing things to get Trevor Lawrence on the move. He would have done the same thing for Justin Fields because Justin Fields knows that offense. So if you switch those two, I guarantee you would see better performances there because the coach is allowing him to be successful. That's 2 different things there.
Yeah, but if you're constantly getting sacked as a quarterback, don't you start doing something like, start changing up the plays and be like, yo,
I'm not completely dismissing. Look, I'm not completely dismissing Justin Fields' performance. There's things that he should have done better. He held the ball too long on a lot of plays where he could have gotten rid of the ball and didn't make the throw. So that's on him. But there was no fully designed runs for this kid. Like, how are you going to keep this D line with their pinning their ears back and rushing them without really making them think twice? They didn't do anything. It was a horrible game plan, man. They
didn't use his athletic ability.
Put it this way, they didn't. Yeah, exactly. They didn't give anything for his athletic ability, and they also gave him Andy Dalton's playbook. Like, here's a combination of both. You're a completely different player, but here's Andy Dalton's playbook, and go ahead. What the hell was that, man? It's like it was like who else was an athletic quarterback that didn't get fully embraced? Joe Flacco and Lamar Jackson when his first year when they didn't fully commit to the read option and running the pistol and everything. Everybody said that this guy was going to be a bust because he couldn't throw. John Harbaugh completely changed the offense.
Yeah, but Lamar Jackson ended up he can't throw. Like everyone knows that.
Dude, he's getting a lot better every single year because they're allowing him to succeed. They're actually allowing him.
Are you saying he's getting better as a quarterback?
Yes, he is.
He's still under
He's not he's never going to be a pure pocket passer, Brian. Yeah. What are you trying to argue though?
I just don't think Lamar Jackson. I just feel like if you're able to stop the run, like he won't beat you by the pass.
He has beaten a lot of teams, but through the pass, he's proven that he can throw. He's just not a pure pocket passer.
Yes, if you think Lamar Jackson from a pure quarterback standpoint is a good quarterback.
What?
No, he can't throw.
Yeah, he can't throw. There was I remember the preseason. They actually told
he's not Aaron Rodgers, man. He's not going to be Aaron Rodgers by any means.
He's good for fantasy. He's definitely good for fantasy.
Yeah, but the offense. Here's the thing: he doesn't have to be an Aaron Rodgers. He doesn't have to be a Tom Brady. He's successful because of what the offense allows him to do, what the game plan allows him to do.
Yeah, the coaching is a lot better.
Why his game plan with the Bears was complete horseshit. Sorry, excuse the language.
I just don't like a quarterback that you have to game plan so much just to have him good numbers and be good. To me, that's a product of the system.
Well, Brian, I have some sad news to tell you. Look at every single game in college football. What kind of offense do they run?
What's the definition of product of the system?
What is the definition of a product of the system?
Or a player of the system. A player that does good in one system and doesn't do good in another system. So, like, is Lamar Jackson he's a product of the system. If you put him in like any other system, does he do as good?
Why would you do that though?
It's just like you have to have so many.
If he's good at one thing, why wouldn't you allow him to be successful? I don't get that.
No, but the thing is, it's like you have to have so many components for him to become successful. Like you can put Peyton Manning and kind of give him like McDonald's ingredients, and he will make like a filet mignon type meal. With Lamar Jackson, like you have to like plan for him, have a certain type of offense in order for him to succeed. To me, it's not like a really good quarterback. I mean, that's again, in my opinion, he's a running back playing quarterback. You don't draft Lamar Jackson in fantasy for his passing ability, his running ability. You don't win games because of his passing ability. They win because of his running ability.
Okay, bro. You mean to tell me every single game he's won is because of his running ability? Every single one.
It was a majority of their games that they won because they lead the league in running.
Dual threat, man. That's the type of quarterback he is. What do you expect him to do? There's a reason why Colin Kaepernick is out of the league is because John Harbaugh actually. Wait, no, it is Jim. I was right the first time. Jim Harbaugh didn't fully embrace him because as soon as he had that great start to his career, the next year he tried to make him a drop back passer, and then he completely struggled.
Yeah,
but you went to the Super Bowl. But yet you try to change the quarterback? Come on.
I don't disagree with you, but that's why I say Justin Fields won't be like a good quarterback, so to say. It's because he needs like other things to go right for him.
To each his own, man. It's only been 1 week, and I don't know why you're this.
Yeah, I think Justin Fields would be
quarterback when that was complete. Bad.
No, you know what's funny? I remember when Justin Fields played like the Dolphins, and Joey was like, "Oh, blah blah blah." I'm like, "Wait till they get against him." You know what I mean? And that's what happened, man. And
bro, you're still how many years are you in on Tua? And he hasn't thrown for like more than 200 yards in a game. Like,
yeah,
he really want to talk about that, man. We can talk about that.
No, he did good. He's doing okay.
He's not, man. He hasn't even proven that he could run outside the pocket. He's not even a mobile quarterback. And yet that's probably kind of
not his game, though. I mean, it's not his game, but
it's like not a drop back passer either.
Zach Wilson was like killing it in preseason, and you kind of saw what happened to him now. Like it's because it's like vanilla defense. They don't disguise anything, but as soon as there's a quarterback, they make you start thinking, and shit happens really, really quick. Like you don't do as good.
Well, what I'll say is this to just end this, and I don't want this to continue going back and forth because obviously we're not going to come to an agreement on that, but I'll take the L on recommending Justin Fields this week. I just was not fully aware of, of course, we're not in the organization, just not fully aware of this game plan was going to be complete BS. That's just my opinion. But I still believe in the kid. I think he's a good quarterback.
All right, that being said, did you have him as your good fella?
I did. I went one.
So let's get into our let's get into what happened then.
We have Adolf Hitler coming in here, so let's.
Adolf Hitler. I think you took your advice.
He's just like.
Yeah, let's block.
We block him. Thank you.
I want to talk to him, man.
No.
He's Adolf Hitler.
Anybody that has Adolf in the name should just be disliked and blocked from everything. Sorry, but let's do. I went 1 for 4. All my picks. This was not a good week as far as picks and everything for me. I only hit on Dame Harris as being a jabroni. That run defense I definitely hit on against Saints, but Tom Brady did struggle in the first half, but he kicked butt in the second half, and then obviously my good fellows jabroni. Turned into jabronis, Justin Fields and Devontae Smith.
Who did I have? I don't even remember.
You had Hollywood Brown, which you missed on. You were also 1 of 4. You hit on Saquon as a good fella. You missed on CEH because he ended up bouncing back this week, and then you missed on Derek Carr because he still threw for over like 400 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Okay. And what was the other?
You keep going against the Raiders, man. It's not looking good for you.
I don't think they're that good.
Well, they beat the Miami Dolphins, brother, didn't they?
They beat our backup quarterback that we went to overtime with like 2 minutes left.
Oh my god, we wouldn't have gotten to overtime if we made an extra point. It wouldn't even gotten to that point. Relax. You got blessed.
Have you seen our play calling? We threw a screen like into the in our.
He's talking about play calling, but won't dismiss Justin Fields and the Chicago Bears play calling. But
that's different. Completely different. That's completely different.
No, different. It's different context, huh?
Please. All right. Yo,
all right.
3 of 4.
Ooh, and you hear that? 3 of 4. Oh.
Yeah, Tua literally just sucks too, and that's actually a good friend of ours on the chat there. But anyway.
Really matters.
I had it circled when X'd out, Seth. Danny Dimes actually did get there, but it wasn't like a landslide. He actually didn't get there. He missed. So Danny Dimes didn't get there as a good fella. Tyson Williams obviously dudded out. Sony Michel barely, he did better than people thought, but he still didn't. You still hit it. He got 60 yards against this rushing defense, and then you hit on Debo.
Yeah, I'll be back. You guys continue without me. Like 5 minutes.
I got you. What else did you guys talk about before? Sorry. Before I got on. You're muted, dude. Yeah, I see it says muted right there. Oh no, I'm a solo pod now. Anyways, yeah, I think it's something happened when he went away and muted Brian. Oh, man. You could just gotta give me a thumbs up everywhere. I'm a one-man show right now. But what I do want to go over though is I hope they didn't go over our league record. So Yosef got his first win. Congratulations to Yosef. Brian and I are no longer undefeated. He got automatically muted because of his horrible take. Sorry, Brian. That's what Andrew said. Appreciate it, Drew. Like and subscribe, man, if you haven't already. This week, also in our pick'ems, one of our little segments at the end of our Friday show, I got beat this time as well. Again, wasn't a good look, but Brian was the winner there. So we had Seth with the picks, our jabronis and Goodfellas. We had Brian with the pick'em as a winner. Good job, Brian. I know you can hear me though. Yeah, you had 11. You had 11. Yes, I cannot hear you, but I can. You are acknowledging me. You had 11 correct picks. Yosef had 10. I only had 9, which brings our season total to me 29, Yosef 28, and Brian 26. But Brian picked up a couple. He's in within reach after week 3. So stay tuned for more of our picks. We're doing pretty well overall, I would say. And I want to apologize to everyone about some of the takes we made on Friday. Don't put that on there, Brian. Change that name, please. Change the name. Anyway, everyone who also asked for lineup advice or trade advice on the last show, please keep us engaged with how things are going. We always want to know and keep you guys keep you informed for one, but also help you guys along through every single week of the season. Obviously, things can drastically change. One big news, which I'm going to actually save. I'm gonna bring up the topic, but I'm not going to address it myself. Is the Josh Gordon news, Brian?
You hear
me? Oh, I can hear you now.
Oh, finally.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, DJ Vic coming with us with a comment here. Said, "What's up, guys? Traded A-Rob for AJ Brown, full PPR. He's 3-0. He likes AJ better, of course, and obviously he's going to have to sit for about 2 to 3 weeks at least. Hopefully,
yeah, I wouldn't do that trade. First of all, I traded for Allen Robinson today, so I'm kind of biased. So I would have stuck with A-Rob. And there's like less weapons on that offense. He's more likely to get more touches. You got AJ Brown, Julio Jones, Derrick Henry. So he won't get the ball as much.
Well, AJ Brown is hurt, so there's not as many weapons anymore.
And it's a hamstring issue, right?
He's a hammy. So I just found out today that like the average return for a hammy is 2.2 games or whatever. I don't know. That's why just the average came out that way. So you can spend 2 to 3 weeks. I usually like to say a month. That's just I feel like that's the average. That's what I've been seeing usually. But this is from Stefania Bell, ESPN. She says 2.2. So you can, if you made a trade for AJ, DJ Vic, I hope he gets back on the shorter end for you and to killing that 3-0 record for you. AJ Brown, there's nothing wrong with his talent, but he is kind of being load managed a little bit, like Julio. Julio didn't even play the fourth quarter. Did you even know that, Brian? He didn't play the fourth quarter. I don't know. I think Mike Vrabel just kind of gave a blanket answer of saying like we had to try to feel where he was at, and
it was a close game too.
I know he only played like 33 out of like the 60 some odd snaps. He played like 50% of the snaps. It was kind of worrisome too because AJ goes down 8 plays into the game, and then Julio is only playing half the snaps. It's kind of interesting, man. So I don't know what I would feel about this Titans offense right now. It's kind of a wait and see approach, but hopefully by the time AJ Brown gets back for DJ Vic, in that trade that
I know, like Julio got like a penalty like a week ago. And
Vrabel said it's nothing. It's water under the bridge. Like he's not worried about it, but I know in the moment it was a bad play, and Vrabel made a comment on that.
Yeah, Titans is just like a weird organization. I feel like, just like with their drafting and just like a whole bunch of stuff. I don't know. It's like Julio is still a good wide receiver, so I don't know how they're not making it work.
I think Arthur Smith departing as the O coordinator is definitely affecting the offensive rhythm now, because obviously now, first time ever, DJ. I'm thinking DJ Vick here. Derrick Henry is finally catching passes now. Oh, remember when you were being so hard pressed on Derrick Henry doesn't catch passes? He's catching passes every week.
If the draft started again today, would you draft Henry first or McCaffrey?
Henry 1.
Really?
Henry's number 1. Yeah.
Damn. He's getting a lot of carry. I don't know. I feel like down the road,
he's getting a lot of carries, but he's also getting 4 to 5 targets a game. And this is the big dog where he breaks slates on the ground all by himself. I've never seen McCaffrey break a slate on the ground. He's usually done it complementing with passing. I haven't seen him run for 240 yards and 3 touchdowns. Never seen that happen. So with the fact that he's getting this many targets is insane. But it's close. It's close. I wouldn't fault anybody for taking McCaffrey, but I drafted Derrick Henry in some leagues in best ball, and if I had the opportunity in season long, I might have taken Henry too if I knew this.
McCaffrey going down since we're going.
It is a bummer, and I guess with that, I didn't want to go into too many different notes because I know Seth has a lot of things to say about this, but we can always bring it back up. But what do you think of waiver ads? Do you think Chuba is the number 1 waiver ad for this week?
If Alexander Madison, I think Chuba is definitely Madison is number 2. I feel like there was one more guy though, no?
For a running back?
Just in general.
No, there's a couple other player positions, but not. I don't know if it's a running back. I'm trying to think if it was a running back. I think Sony Michel's been drafted a lot, so I don't think. I don't know if D Hendo's going to be back again.
Yeah, I'm trying to see who it was. There was one specific name.
I think of running backs here, but no. Receiver wise, would you spend a waiver claim spot if you're in continuing waivers on Josh Gordon?
No,
I wouldn't either.
I would not carry Josh Gordon.
Anybody listening right now?
He's on the practice squad.
Exactly. That was a big thing that I don't know if people are aware of, that he's going to go to the practice squad.
You know who I actually would put number 1 on my waiver wire, I'm thinking? Peyton Barber.
You think?
I'll put Peyton Barber, I think.
I wouldn't put him number 1, though. Not in front of Chuba.
He's high. First of all,
by far, this was the best game Peyton Barber's ever had in his career. If you missed the boat, if you're going to chase that production, bless you. But as a Raider fan, I don't see that ever happening again.
Yeah, but there was a play that, from what I heard, Derek Carr got sacked, and Drake was supposed to pick up the blitzer, and he missed on it or whatever. And then Derrick Henry literally looked at the coach, and he's like, "What are we doing? What are we doing?" And Drake did not even come back for one other play than that. Didn't even come back for the rest of the game. And Peyton Barber finished up the game. Now, is Drake going to still play? Yeah, of course. But I don't think Drake's at number 2 running back anymore. I think Peyton Barber is at number 2.
Well, it's more of a profile with the Raiders. It's more of a player profile backup to Josh Jacobs is Peyton Barber. The fact that Drake didn't see much work after that was more of a testament that the run game was starting to work. Because I remember in the beginning of the game, there was a tweet during the game from either Levi Edwards, who's a follower of the team, and then Paul Gutierrez also tweeted. He's also the ESPN reporter for the Raiders. Tweeted that this new revamped O-line is not getting any push. Which going into the game, John Gruden and a bunch of players were praising Brian Flores and his defense, and especially the front 7 for their run defense.
No, we have a horrible run defense.
I didn't think so either, but Christian Wilkins is good, and they have some good linebackers, but I just thought they're going to keep sticking to it, and then sure enough, they did, and they started getting more success throughout the game. So it doesn't shock me that they didn't really go back to Drake, but I don't know if you're going to want to be chasing that production from Peyton Barber. I wouldn't spend too much of your fab on it, probably 10% maybe. But Josh Jacobs can come back in the next couple of weeks because I haven't heard anything serious about his ankle.
Yeah, but Jacobs, I feel like is injury prone.
Oh my gosh, you guys still talking about the Raiders?
Oh, we've gone through a couple of different things. We're starting to talk about waivers, Seth. The first couple of things we talked about waivers was, what do you think Chuba Hubbard is the number 1 waiver claim or fab option this week?
Yeah, no doubt.
Because he's a Carolina Panther. That was probably a biased question. My bad.
Yeah, what was Henry Ruggs' stats like this past weekend?
I think he went 5 for 70. Let me check.
Yeah, he caught one on Xavier Howard, which was like a miracle.
He
went up on that one. He went up on that one, though. That was nice.
Andrew's still jacking off about it.
It was underthrown too, wasn't it?
I think Hunter. What is it? Hunter Renfro is a great waiver ad too. He's a top receiver, and Emmanuel Sanders.
He went 4 for 78, not 5 for 70. I'm sorry, 4 for 78 with 7 targets.
4 catches, and all Andrew talks about is that one catch. Okay.
And it was right over Xavier Howard a couple times.
And then the other question, besides the Chuba one, Brian thinks Peyton Barber is near the top, or if the top waiver ad over Chuba because of this thing. I disagreed with that, but
no, I'll put Chuba number 1, but I wouldn't disregard Peyton Barber how high he should be. I feel like some people aren't even thinking about him.
Well, that's to say if he's going to play next week. Isn't it Jacobs coming back?
That's what I thought too. But I guess insurance. If you have a deep enough bench, I wouldn't completely close the door. But
I wouldn't do it unless I'm the Jacob owner. If I'm the Jacob owner, I'm putting a high fab on Barber. But other than that, I'm going for someone else. So I'm going for Chuba. I'd put like half of my waiver fab on a guy like Chuba because he's going to be the guy for 2 weeks. Maybe more for sure 2 weeks.
It seems like 3 to 4 is more the.
I'm curious if I still had Chuba Hubbard and McCaffrey went down, what would you have offered me Higgins like I originally wanted?
No one cares about your team. Anyways.
The other question I asked Seth was about Josh Gordon. Would you even consider picking him up with fab money or using a waiver spot claim? We said no. Okay, we said no. All right, perfect. We're all in agreement here at the Fantasy Football Mafia. It's great news. I'm hoping that he sticks to it this time and lays off the weed. But
thanks, Andrew.
And we got. Can Brian change your damn banner name, bro? Please. We want to get recommended on YouTube, dude.
Let me say the whole thing. All right, hold on.
I mean, eating on camera.
Suck my dictionary, right? Is that the ending?
Whoa.
It's definitely dictionary for now, but I want him to change it. And by the way, this is Diet Coke. This ain't sip. I'm not sipping on anything special.
Sure, buddy. You did look extra tipsy today.
Anyway, all right. Anything else on waivers, guys? Like anything else you're looking to discuss for like people to pick up? People that they should keep an eye on, monitor.
We discussed any tight ends?
Not yet, but you also picked up mentioned Hunter Renfro. If he hasn't been picked up in your league, I'd look to pick him up as well. I think he's getting enough targets. He's second on the team.
Have you guys mentioned Emmanuel Sanders?
Yeah, 35-year-old Sanders, man.
I mean, he's getting the air yards. He's getting those air yards.
I can't believe he's being in that role. It's crazy.
It's crazy. He's like the John Brown role. And we saw when John Brown was playing, they were connecting. He was injured most of the time with Allen, but once John Brown was healthy, he was a good fantasy option. And now Emmanuel took that role. All they do is pass. He's one of the reasons I actually traded away Robinson. I felt good about it because I have Emmanuel Sanders, so he's not as good as Robinson, but he's someone that could fill in nicely as a boomer bust kind of guy with high upside.
Got you. How about tight ends? I think the only person that I feel like that has been dropped since the draft or since draft part of the season was Mike Gesicki, Brian's boy. Is he viable to be picked back up if he's been dropped?
He only, I think he only got 2 targets with Tua. I think he got something like 8 targets, something like a good amount of targets with Brissett. So he definitely got targeted a lot more with
12 targets actually. 12 targets.
12 targets? Yeah, I think it was 2 total just with Tua.
Oh no, I'm talking about with just Brissett, 12 targets this game.
Yeah, but with Tua, I think it was a total of 2.
Yeah, that's where I'm worried about. Is that when Tua comes back, the pass game does not get a boost. That's my problem with Tua.
No. Brissett sucked the whole game until like toward the end.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I was yelling at my TV like, I hope he tears like an ACL and gets injured, just so we can. He was so bad.
Answer this question from Noah. Noah, appreciate you coming back, man. I remember you from last show, man. Like and subscribe. But go ahead, Seth.
So he says, should I drop Eli Mitchell, Tyson Williams, Ryan Tannehill, or Myles Gaskin for Chuba Hubbard? I would drop Ryan
Tyson.
Tannehill.
I would drop Tyson. Why would you drop Tannehill?
Of course, you drop Tannehill. He's been
Why?
bad. I think you're muted, Ryan. He's been bad through. He's been bad through 3 games, and you can always pick up another quarterback.
Wait. He was not bad in the 3rd game. He put up his best fantasy output, even though throwing 2 picks, and he ran.
But how many? He only had like 180 yards. He had 3 touchdowns with help, but he still had 2 picks.
He ran
only
for like 59 yards on the ground too. I'm still keeping Tannehill.
Then you would keep him over Chuba.
I mean,
he needs to drop someone.
Look, he has 3. Look, if he's going to pick up Chuba, he has Myles Gaskin, Tyson, and Eli Mitchell. His backfield is put together by a Band-Aid right now. Tyson Williams is slowly going down. I think I have stats here. Hold on.
I would keep
Ravens running backs. I'm gonna go back to week number 2, so that way I can put a frame of reference. I only have week 3 snap counts here.
He still leads the team in snap counts. I'll tell you now.
Well, yeah, he does, but I think it's going down with each passing week, and that was my worry with him from the get-go. But I wanted him to succeed, man. But all I have is week 3 snaps. I'll try to find my week 2 snap counts. But Tyson had 29 snaps in week 3, 33% of the running back carries. That's only a third. It's slowly becoming a huge committee. Only 3% of the targets in week 3.
Who led them in yards? Who led them in yards?
Lat Murray only had 19 snaps, and Freeman was only having like 1 or 2 from the Monday night game. Now he's at 9. He's almost at double-digit snaps. So
yeah, but Tyson was the most effective. He was the most effective, and he had the most yards. They're gonna get him the ball more. They have to. I would not drop Tyson. Trust me.
No, can you let us know who your other quarterback option is, or what quarterback? I mean, I want to give him the right thing here. I mean, if there's quarterbacks on the waiver, I wouldn't fault you for losing or dropping Tannehill. But
right. Here's how I look at it. Most likely on the waivers, you have other quarterbacks that could fill in on your team as a stream. I mean, you could stream that position, and he has Tom Brady.
Drop Tannehill. Then there you go. That's an easy answer. You got TB12. You're good to go. Yeah, I'm with Seth on that one now.
Just took me out.
It said your device wasn't connected.
There you go.
I don't know what it is.
You're good now. What was your take? Oh, I guess we settled it. I don't think we.
Yeah.
Well, I guess just for reference, Brian, who would you drop out of that?
Yeah.
Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah. After learning of Tom Brady. Yep. There you go. All righty. Oh, Seth, I talked about the weekly. I did a recap of the weekly pick'ems that Brian won.
Brian
won by 1.
Who won? I won?
Yeah, he did. But I gave the total counts. I'm still in the lead by 1 on Seth, 29, 28, and 26 for Brian. Out of total week 3. Yeah, man.
I was happy with the Bengal one. I thought of when the Bengals won. I'm like, I got it because none of you guys chose them, and I got him as my upset. So I was like,
he got the New Orleans upset over New England.
Yeah, but I picked New Orleans.
Yeah, but his was +2 because that was his upset of the week.
Right, but I got +2 on the Bengals, and you guys didn't choose the Bengals either. So I thought I'm gonna get the win for sure. But I guess you guys got me in the other games.
Yeah, I was soloing a lot of picks, so that's what helped me kind of stay in the game this week. But anyway, Brian owes me $1 for each of the other picks because Tannehill definitely beat Lawrence, and the Raiders definitely beat the Miami Dolphins. So
fucking percent, man. Fucking play calling.
We're taking little chump change from Brian little by little here.
Yeah, I'm not doing DraftKings anymore either, man. Fuck that.
He lost 3 in a row.
Losing like $5 every week.
This was gonna happen too. Is that we're gonna start? I think I should let them win all 3 weeks just so we could play the whole season. But
yeah, you're stealing our money at this point. I did win one by
We're still gonna play every week, guys. Come on now, we got to play every week. Good job, appreciate you, Noah.
I want to mention someone that the Panthers just made a trade. Dan Arnold's going to Jaguars. So is that someone you're looking at in the waivers?
For Dan Arnold?
Yeah.
No, but one of my sneaky under picks of the week for tight ends is Tommy Tremble.
That's what I was going to mention.
I think Tommy Tremble season.
Yeah, I think he's gonna definitely get more work. But they also have Ian Thomas.
Yeah, they use him to block a lot, but I wouldn't be shocked if Ian Thomas has the job out the gate. So the Tommy Tremble pickup is more of a stash. I wouldn't waste too much fab on that, or maybe he even goes unnoticed and you can just pick him up as a free agent. So because I think Ian Thomas could also be claimed by teams as opposed to Tommy Tremble. But
yeah, how about a guy like Dawson Knox had a pretty good game?
Yeah, finally, right? Yeah, I think the whole Bills offense finally really got going. Like to see Cole Beasley get like 11 catches, or you got obviously Emmanuel Sanders getting all the air yards. Then Diggs is still going to be Diggs, and then Dawson Knox getting involved. Zach Moss. Oh my God, I got some stacks on Zach Moss. Before we get to this question, real quick, Gabriel, appreciate you coming back, man. Zach Moss, outsnap Singletary, of course, 44-34 in week 3. He is actually now tied for 4th in the league in NFL opportunities inside the 10-yard line, and he only played 2 weeks. That's shocking. He has 7 opportunities inside the 10, and he's only played week 2 and week 3.
Yeah, but that's like, for example, let's say if it's 1st and goal on the 3, he didn't get it. They do it again on the 3, he didn't get it. It's like you can have 4 opportunities just in one drive.
There's a lot of context to that, but still, just to have 7 opportunities, the fact that here's the thing. Here's the telling thing about that, Brian. He's, despite him not getting in or whatever, I didn't see all 7 of these. I'm not going to say like I did, but even if that were the case, that means he is the option that they like to go to. So there is touchdown opportunity there.
He's been involved in the pass game as well, which is very surprising.
He's been low key sneaky.
I tried to get him
weird and active in week 1. It was really bizarre.
I tried to get him off my brother, but he's being I don't want to mention it.
Right.
No, he values him very high because he offered him for Stephon Diggs. So apparently he thinks very highly of Zach Moss.
Yeah, he's doing good. I mean, yeah. But he did try to.
Gabe. Let's address Gabriel's question here.
I got to read it, Joey.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
All right. Should I make any moves, full PPR for my receivers? Tyreek, DJ Moore, Rondale Moore, Marvin Jones, AJ Brown, Henry Ruggs, and Mike Williams. Man, he's got a stable of receivers. Wow. Noah Fant is
looking. It looks like he's looking. Should I trade for a running back? Also, he says.
Ertz starting to do good again.
I want to make a move on Ertz.
Yeah. It's kind of a wait and see, monitor that thing. I think every week Dallas Goedert's the more talented guy. They like him more. But Ertz is going to be a thorn in his upside just because he's going to get targets. They'll have a lot of money on the books, as Brian has pointed that out plenty of times in the preseason. But go ahead.
But to address this, like if you are going to make a move, you're probably right now struggling because of Jonathan Taylor's performance. So if you want to trade him, you could trade him and one of your receivers because you have a lot of good ones, and try to upgrade at the running back position if you really wanted to.
I wouldn't trade Taylor yet.
I wouldn't trade Taylor though, specifically.
They're trying to get rid of Marlon Mack.
And what's the status on Quentin Nelson? I remember he got carted off. I think it was just a high ankle sprain, not like an ACL or anything, but like
but you're still out for 2 weeks.
Yeah, that can still be worrisome for that run game.
Yeah, you're facing the Dolphins' shitty defense, so I mean, you might be able to run the ball, but still.
I mean, see, I don't think you could really move AJ Brown. There's still value for Marvin Jones and upside of Rondale Moore, but if you really want to try to get a decent running back and still keep a good solid core, obviously keeping Tyreek and maybe even Mike Williams because he's so print heavy, but it's hard. It's tough.
You know who you can trade Henry Ruggs for?
Who?
He can trade him to Andrew because apparently he thinks it's Jerry Rice. Keep bringing up that shit. Join our league, Gabriel, and trade him to Andrew.
Only if Andrew was in his league.
Every league has one stupid guy, and ours is Andrew. I'll tell you.
Oh my god! Honestly, like the three wide receivers that I see on this receiver core that Gabe's has is Tyreek, DJ Moore, and Mike Williams. You would obviously want to keep those 3, but you would get the most value back for one of those 3. Rondale Moore has value because of his upside, so you could potentially try to move him and Marvin and see if you can get some kind of running back. But if you really want to get a good running back, I would say one of those big three. But that's just me. What do you guys say to that?
Bro, Andrew's that fly in the comment section. It just keeps buzzing around and gets on my nerves, bro.
I know. It's
Well,
all good.
Yeah, I don't know. I would try to. If it was me, I'd try to upgrade at the running back if you could by packaging one of those running backs and one of your receivers and get a.
If anything, Trey Carson. He actually didn't get too much yardage. What saved him was he had like 2 touchdowns.
And he's not getting any passing game work, too. I got stats on that one, too, here.
Yeah, I'll capitalize on Chris Carson.
Chris Carson only had 9 routes on 38 dropbacks, only 2 targets on 63 rush attempts. 63 rush attempts, and he's only had 2 targets. So I'm actually not mad at that take there. If you're going to use a running back to package with a receiver, I would go with Chris Carson.
Yeah, it's, you know.
I don't leave my take out of it because I'm 0-3. Maybe I shouldn't speak too much.
Wait, you didn't end up winning? I thought you won this week.
Are you joking?
No, I mean, I caught up because Elliott had a great game, but I lost.
So you actually broke 100 this week?
Oh my god!
Almost.
You didn't even break 100?
Oh my god!
No,
you didn't
Hey,
win.
Joey didn't break 100 either. So
Damn, you didn't break 100 either.
I didn't.
I didn't. Actually, no, it wasn't Andrew.
Oh.
No, I beat one of them.
I mean, I did.
We all lost this week,
literally, you guys. So
yeah,
that's a big difference there.
That's why Andrew's listening because he fucking lost and needs some advice.
Oh god!
Some advice?
All right, Brian. Do we have a segment for you today?
Yeah, it's called Brian's Hot Take of the Week, not hot topic of the week.
Brian's hot topic of the week. So what's the hot topic, man?
Hey, I got a before you guys get into that. I have a trade offer that was just offered to me. I wanted to know what you guys think. So I got Brandon offered me Pollard. Oh no, this is my team. He wants Pollard, Emmanuel Sanders, Chenault, Damian Harris, Josh Jacobs, Woods, and Hunter Henry.
That's a lot of people. I need you to recap that real quick. That's a lot of people.
So I have Pollard, Sanders, Chenault, Damian Harris, and he's going to give me Josh Jacobs, Robert Woods, Hunter Henry.
The running backs are definitely better, but
Hunter,
it's like you're giving 4 away for 2 because Hunter Henry's like dust, and so is Johnny. Yeah. I'm sorry, bro. Brian, you're not winning that Johnny Logan Thomas bet. It's not even close.
What's the points differential?
Now, I mean, I still don't think it's wide, but I'm like, there's nothing going to Jonnu at all.
Daniel Thomas might be ranked like in the top 10, and Jonnu's like 24.
It's Hawkinson. I don't need a tight end.
Yeah, but it's like I feel like the point differential isn't that much.
Well, anyways,
I don't know, but yeah, this is just something I have to think about. I probably won't do it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Man, you're 0-3.
Not that desperate.
Better trades than that.
I already got rigged once. Yeah, I'm set. See, Andrew agrees with me. Thanks, Andrew.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you have Hawkinson. Why would you need Hunter Henry? It's like you're giving me 4 for 2. It's stupid. I don't like that trade. Anyway,
all right, let's go into
Brian's hot topic segment. This is all you, Brian. Go ahead, take the lead.
Hot topic of the day.
Oh, now it's of the day.
What is the best wing flavor to eat during a game? There's many different kinds. We got barbecue, hot.
I only like one.
Mild, garlic parmesan.
Ooh.
So many different. You go to Buffalo Wild Wings, they got like 10 flavors. I don't know, Joe. I don't know what the fuck you're doing with your tongue. Please don't do that with 2 men watching you. What is your favorite wing flavor to watch during the game?
Garlic parmesan.
Okay, there we go.
Is that 2 different?
I mean, I just like garlic parmesan. Those are good wings especially from Wingstop.
Yeah.
Honey barbecue is definitely the best. Or the Wingstop flavor is hickory barbecue, I think. So
Wingstop or Wild Wings? You have to pick one.
Yeah, you have to pick one.
Buffalo.
Original hot Buffalo. I mean, it's good. It's a solid option, but I just feel like it's like vanilla ice cream. Like it's just is just the normal stuff.
No, I choose Buffalo Wild Wings over Wingstop. Like,
what's your
Wingstop,
least?
it's like too much.
What's your least favorite flavor?
It's hard because it's like I probably only tried it once and never tried it again.
My least favorite is Atomic because I tried that and I could not handle that.
Oh, is that?
Dude,
No, I didn't even try that. No way.
Yo, I don't know what the difference was, but I think one flavor was like hot and the other one's like mild. Yosef's wife wanted like mild or some shit, and then Yosef ordered hot, and she refused to eat the wings. And
is there really a big difference between medium and mild though? Like really, it's not a big difference.
It's actually like it's quite a difference because mild was like felt like there was nothing on it. I felt like there was plain, and at least medium felt like there was sauce on it. Like I don't know, like mild is completely like plain to me. Yeah.
Big wings in North Hollywood.
Big wings. Big wings.
Bring them over here.
It's all right.
I heard the thing is they use Frank's Red's Hot sauce or whatever for their wings. My friend went to the back for their wings. He went to the back and he saw that's the sauce that they use.
Where?
At Big Wings.
Oh, Big Wings. Okay.
And he was like, "Oh, that's some bullshit. I can just make the shit at home." Then I thought it was like some special sauce that they use.
Yeah. Sometimes you get disappointed.
What's the hottest you guys can go wing flavor? You guys can go pretty hot or no?
The Atomic. Oh, the Atomic is the highest I've ever had. But like, what I usually go with is the it's not the mango habanero. I've tried too.
That's spicy.
Yeah. Atomic mango habanero, and then it's like that hot buffalo. Then there's one other one, and then it's the original hot. So I've done all the top ones.
What is it with like the people in like the hot chicken craze? Where everyone has to have like the hot chicken at the spiciest. It doesn't taste good.
People just like the
I can't handle it, man. It's not tasty to me if you go that hot. Yeah, go ahead.
Are you more of a man because you can handle spicier food? Do you have a higher pain tolerance?
I think it's like an insecure thing. Like, oh, I eat spicy food. I'm a man now. It's like, no, you're not.
Cool.
I have a question for Andrew.
Cool, good for you.
Andrew, if your hot chicken fell on the ground, would you eat it? Because we've witnessed Andrew picking food off the ground several times. Andrew, would you eat a hot chicken?
Jesus.
Answer this question.
I have a video of my girl took a video of me and Yosef arguing with each other about some shit. And then there's Andrew in the background dropping food, picking it back off the ground, and fucking eating it like nothing happened in the video.
All right, just check my trades. My buddy is high on Chris Carson, so I can possibly get Saquon or Saquads. I like how he put it, Saquads, for Chris Carson and Rondale Moore. Does that seem good? Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that's a good trade.
I like that. Brian.
I don't know. I really like Chris Carson. You guys aren't as high as me.
I mean, like the targets scare me. I'm not. That's not to say that like, Chris Carson can't do well the rest of the season. He's almost every single one of these players that are starting running back can have pop weeks at any time. But yeah, I only get 2 targets though in like 3 weeks, or at least the last couple weeks. 63 dropbacks. It's kind of scary. But,
you guys rather get rid of Chris Carson than Jonathan Taylor?
Yeah.
I like Jonathan Taylor more. I mean, he was a first-round running back for me. Like, as far as if I end of the first round, I would have taken him. I did take him in first round in some drafts.
And Chris Carson's stock value is much more higher right now than Taylor. So why would you trade Taylor, whose stock was low right now? Carson's is like okay. He had an okay game because he scored two touchdowns, but I think he had like 30 yards on the floor. So yeah, I'll trade Carson.
Go ahead. Let's see, Seattle.
Where are you going?
Oh God! Another interruption. Well, we got. Let's see. Versus Minnesota, right? That was the last week.
Yeah, versus Minnesota.
He went 12 for 80 and a touchdown. And
Carson?
Yeah, 12 for 80 and a touchdown.
Thought he scored 2 touchdowns.
It says what it says here, man. Versus Minnesota, 12 for 80, 1 touchdown. there was something else I wanted to bring up. For Rondale Moore, Gabriel, there's some stats for you on Rondale Moore. So if you're thinking of packaging him with the deal, routes won in week 1, he had 37.8% of the routes run. Week 2, he went up to 57.1. And week 3, he went all the way down to 35.8, which is his lowest route total of the year. Again, small sample size here, guys. I don't want to take some of these stats as Bible or anything, but put your own conclusions together with it and do the best you can. And that's all we try to do here as well.
Who would you rather have on your roster, Christian Kirk or Rondale Moore?
I'm still high on Rondale Moore, man. I've been on Christian Kirk the last couple of years, and it just hasn't worked out for me, except for a couple pop weeks. He flashes like once or twice a year, but that's so far in between. And Rondale Moore does have, again, I've said it before, like he has the Tyreek Hill-esque it factor to me.
Yeah, it looks like Christian Kirk's going to be more consistent, but Rondale Moore is the more upside guy.
Has he been?
Yeah, Christian Kirk is, I think, like ranked in the top 15 or something like that, no?
I'll look it up right now.
Right now?
I think he's had two good weeks out of the 3. And Rondale Moore's
Kirk is like ranked 13.
His first week was the pop week. He had 5 for 70 and 2 touchdowns. Then he went 3 for 65 and then 7 for 104. So, yeah, he's had 2 of the 3 good weeks. Rondale only had that week 2. And also AJ Green. Wasn't there an AJ Green sighting this week, or was that last week?
This past weekend, I think.
It was this past weekend,
he's
right?
He's had a touchdown the past 2 weeks.
Who? AJ Green?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Nuke disappeared, right? So there's a lot of mouths to feed in this offense, and obviously
James
James
Conner. He has like bruised ribs or something like that.
That's part of it. He's a decoy in this week, but even James Conner got in the end zone twice. Like I think that's the guy you're thinking about fell in the end zone twice this week. He's one.
Y'all see how many rib injuries there is like this past like week or two? Like how many players have rib injuries?
Yeah, made me want some ribs.
Love ribs.
What was going on with Tyreek? There was some reports that he was like grabbing his chest throughout the game. He obviously the last couple of weeks outside of that 40-point plus total, depending on your scoring in your league.
I don't know, but whoever has him in our league, I'll trade for him.
Yeah, I have him, but I'm just asking you guys what you guys think. Is there any It's been a topic in one of my other threads with some of my other friends in other leagues. Is people are trying to argue that his value has dipped, right? Marginally in all of our opinions. But would you consider the hype around Mike Williams or say wide receiver number 1 right now, Cooper Kupp, any of those kind of guys, or Tyler Lockett, wide receiver 3 right now? Would you trade any one of those 3, 1-for-1, for Tyreek Hill?
No.
1-for-1, Brian.
I wouldn't trade.
You got to go by the list of names. Kupp, yeah.
I think Kupp is the only one that I would consider doing it for. Mike Williams, no.
Yeah.
And Tyler
Stafford and Kupp eat breakfast together. That's total companionship, man. Like I feel like if you eat that's teammates.
That's a bromance right there.
Yeah, man. I wish we'd have breakfast together. You know.
Again, this is not drink. I promise.
I think you made me breakfast once.
Really weird, but no.
Yeah, I did make breakfast with Yosa once. Andrew fucking eats breakfast off the ground.
Another shocking stat this week that I saw. I mean, that's not shocking. I mean, it's been going like this for 3 weeks, even though it's a small sample size. But Pittsburgh running back snaps. Guess how many snaps Najee Harris has?
Yeah, like 20 catches.
Well, that's another thing too. But guess how many snaps he's done in 3 weeks?
In 3 weeks?
3 weeks.
Like 170?
More.
200.
Damn close. 190. Benny Snell, 7. Everyone else in that backfield, 0. Yeah, it's 190 snaps. Najee Harris is on the field all the time. I am worried about some bizarre soft tissue injury just because he's playing so much, but they picked him in the first round for a reason. They needed help at the running back position, and he's the bell cow.
Did you guys see the play of Roethlisberger like rolling to his right and no one's next to him, just falls on the ground?
Yeah,
he's getting old.
I think they need I think Cam Newton might be getting a call soon from Pittsburgh.
It's so funny, man, because he's like in the interviews this offseason, like, I'm in the best shape of my life. I lost so much weight, and then there's just like
TB12 diet. Like that. Only that TB12 diet works for TB12 now.
He's the actual old quarterback that's playing gold. Like every other old quarterback, Brady, Rodgers, like they're playing much younger.
It's good, man. It's all about how you take care of yourself, man.
Yeah, man. That's why I was arguing with Darren right now. Why are you buying onion rings and shit like that? I'm not trying to eat all this crap.
Well, she's not an all-star quarterback, Brian.
I'm trying to be an all-star or an all-star mafia member.
There you go.
Okay.
Is there anything else we want to cover, or do you want to keep going around some other names as far as recaps? Because I got.
Did we go through all of our segments already? Are you missing anything?
I don't know if I missed anything here. Let's see, man.
How about guys we might be worried about?
We kind of been doing that a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Kind of been doing that. Kyle Pitts, I guess that's one that you want to. Are you worried about Kyle Pitts after 3 weeks?
No.
Yeah, but the thing is, he plays tight end, so it's like you just got to play him. You can't cut him. Like, who else are you gonna like put him in for?
And Brian, I know we talked about this at length too in preseason too about you saying rookie tight ends don't really show out in year one. I was saying
he's a perfect trade candidate. Yeah, he's
perfect trade candidate as far as a buy low or a sell high.
I wouldn't sell him right now. I wouldn't sell him. I'll definitely try to buy him. Oh, did Brian really offer?
Horrible offer. Did you really offer that?
Listen, his 2 running backs are James Robinson and Saquon. He literally has not one other running back on his roster, and he has like all his other. He has Beckham sitting on the bench, like all these wide receivers sitting on the bench. I'm like, dude, you might need another running. And he's a Rams fan. He was the one complaining that I drafted Henderson. So I'm like, all right, let me offer Henderson. Hopkins has bruised ribs. Oh my God. I literally just get annoyed. I get annoyed when people start whining to Andrew. Oh my gosh, do you see what he offered me? What the fuck, dude? What the fuck? And then Andrew's just like, yeah, fool. Yeah, fuck that, dude. It's my fucking nerves. Henderson, listen, he's a Rams fan, and he has 2 running backs on his roster. Literally just 2 backs.
Oh, Jesus. I just dropped my charger.
I get it because, like, your offers are just so insulting. Like, it pisses me off.
Henderson was a top 10 running back before he was this week. Like, how, like, he was a top 10 running back. He was a top 10. The guy's a Rams fan. I think the guy even has the name Rams in his, like, display name. Like,
okay. I want to get back
to
with league stuff. I mean, it's great.
Henry is injury pro. Freaking Hopkins is injured right now with ribs. Like, what the fuck? I'm trading one injured guy for another injured guy. Whatever.
Injuries are plenty. There's always injuries to monitor. But Kyle Pitts, going back to our discussion preseason, Brian.
Oh, Andrew.
There's also been talk at length in the industry too about Kyle Pitts actually getting covered when he's out wide by like an actual corner as opposed to a linebacker or a safety, and he's not getting the separation. Do you think that has anything to do with it, or is it still just kind of like rookie tight ends still need to learn the game?
No, you gotta learn the game, man. It's so much in tight end. Tight end is kind of like a quarterback. Why do you think Kelsey's so good? You got to know what kind of coverages they're in. Where's the openings? Where's the weak spots? It's when you're in the middle of the field, you really got to understand like where to go to. And Kelsey was a quarterback, I think, in high school and maybe college. I'm not sure about college, but in high school he was. So it plays a huge part.
It was interesting to note that there was only 3 targets going to Kyle Pitts this week with Russell Gage out this week, which is also alarming. He ran 35 routes out of the 41 dropbacks, and is just it's a little concerning. But if you have Kyle Pitts, in my opinion, I still think there's name value to trade away if you want to move on from him. But a tight end is such a I think we talked about it the last show too. Like there's 5 to 7 tight ends that you would like actually want to roster every single week. If you don't have it, you're just putting a Band-Aid on your roster every week, right? So Kyle Pitts is unfortunately not in that. 5 to 7. I guess we lost Brian. I guess he's gonna go call Andrew and curse him out.
He's gonna go cry.
He's gonna go cry. But anyway, I guess that's my spiel on Kyle Pitts, though.
Yeah, he's definitely a guy I have to keep. I mean, what are you gonna do?
Yeah. Evan Ingram returned 39 of 70 snaps. He played a little more than half the snaps, 26 out of the slot, 12 in line, 1 out wide, 30 routes of 46 Danny Dimes dropbacks. I think that's pretty, good to see out of a guy returning from an injury out the gate. Yeah, so it helps that tight end category. And he got 6 targets for a 70% share, but only a 2 for 21 stat line.
And your boy Tyler Conklin, he balled out.
I dropped him after week 2 of the teams I had Tyler Conklin in. Oh man, he had a great week.
Well,
great
I don't know. I don't know if this was a fluke or what.
Yeah, it's one of those things. You're not every other tight end outside of those 5 to 7. Like let's name them again: Kelsey, Waller, Hawkinson,
Andrews.
He's also been a little disappointing this year, but you still want to go out.
He finally had an okay game.
Yeah, and then the other ones are there was a couple more.
Yeah, you did, Andrew. You're embarrassing.
Maybe Tanyan too is part of that list.
Tanyan, I wouldn't put him there.
Or George Kittle. We're missing George Kittle. We forgot George Kittle.
Yeah.
But yeah, so outside of those guys, it's kind of just like you kind of hope that they get in the end zone. Like Dalton Schultz got in the end zone twice on Monday night, but you ain't gonna roster him every week.
Yeah, that's someone that's most definitely a fluke. What's Kittle doing? Kittle's doing pretty good. Actually, his first couple of weeks weren't that great, but he had a pretty good game versus the Packers. And I called that too. I said he was going to break out. Remember that?
You did. You also had a great week, guys. I guess I'm
as far as takes. My team, not so much.
But people aren't here to hear about your team, man. They're here about your picks, Joseph. And
hey, that's true. Thanks, Joey. Thanks.
You did kill it this
week.
Good
for you guys. Who cares about my team?
I'll give you credit where credit is due. I'm no problem doing that. But Brian completely sucks with all his good fellas.
Okay, hold on. I want to have a scenario for you guys. Because Andrew's pissing me off with this fucking trade thing. There is a Rams fan. Okay.
Oh my God, Brian! No, Brian, look.
Everybody knows you're a sucky trader.
No, hold on.
Brian,
no. I'm not
freaking damn name tag, dude. Stop putting this stuff out there.
Oh shit!
Stop, dude. Like it's getting annoying, man. Come on.
Whatever. Yo, so Andrew's friend is a Rams fan, and when I drafted Henderson, he got pissed off. Okay, so I know he's already interested in Henderson. He has 2 running backs. One's James Robinson. Literally only 2 running backs on his roster. One's James Robinson, who's been underperforming and 1 good game. The other guy is Saquon, who's like doing okay now, and he has a plethora of wide receivers. What's his name? Henderson and LaVisca for Hopkins. Is it that bad of a trade? Knowing all the information that you know.
Honestly,
listen,
I didn't even pay attention. I just wanted his name tagged off the damn screen.
If a guy is a Rams fan and he still thought it was a shitty trade, then it's probably a shitty trade.
But Henderson was a top 10 back, one of the best offenses in the league.
It's been 2 weeks.
But Hopkins has had 2 bad games. Hopkins had 2 bad games and 1 good game this year.
It's Hopkins.
And he's injured. And Hopkins has bruised ribs. So it's not like only my guy is injured.
Who would you have rest of the season, Hopkins or Henderson?
Depends on like roster construction.
No, it doesn't. Are you kidding me?
If you have 2 running backs on your roster, literally just 2.
I'm asking you, who would you rather have?
If I have 2 running backs,
Max Kellerman said
literally just 2. Literally just 2. And James Robinson.
You don't have. Who's your running backs right now? You have Henderson and
Henderson, Jamal Williams, DeAndre Swift. I had Javonte Williams.
You had him.
Swift? Why the hell did you need?
No, that logic. Let's trade. Let's offer a crappy trade to you, Brian. Let's see if you take it.
Yeah, man. If you're gonna get Hopkins, you better give up Swift at least.
Yeah, but running backs are more scarce.
Scarce, yeah.
Scarce, whatever.
Well, thanks for trading me one. Appreciate it.
But dude. I mean, if you're not going to lowball a guy trying to get Henderson for Nuke Hopkins, that's not going to happen.
Let's say Saquon or Robinson gets injured or they're on a bye week. Literally, what running back?
You win this. Hold on, Brian. I have to say this. You win this, people. What if they get injured? Anybody can get injured, man.
Or a bye week.
What if everything?
You don't factor that into a trade, man.
They're going to have bye weeks, right? So
one time. Every player has one bye week.
Okay, so that's 2 games you need a running back for. What running back can you get off the waiver wire right now?
Chuba Hubbard.
Okay, if he doesn't get him, if someone beats him, or if he's already rostered by
why you draft 4 to 5 running backs every single draft, right?
In our league, he's taken. So what running back do you see that he can get?
I'm just saying. I think there's I don't think it's worth giving up Nuke Hopkins for Darrell Henderson.
Yeah, but just answer the question. What running back can you get right now?
He's going to have to ride with his squad. I don't think it's a good trade.
And the thing here too, Brian, like there is a lot of good receivers, but if you have one of the top guys, that puts you at an edge over everyone else. Because if you get a Hopkins and everyone else has good receivers, but you have a great receiver, then your team is pretty much set. And he has two guys already he can start every week as a running back position.
Yeah, so by the way, I already tried for Hopkins. I think you guys are talking about what's his name, Brandon, right? Or who's the guy that has Hopkins in early?
Is on Jesus' team.
Yo, Jesus, check this out.
I tried for Hopkins early on. He wasn't budging for him.
If I'm a bad trader, this is a trade offer I got today for Stephon Diggs and Darrell Henderson. I got offered Chase Claypool, Zach Moss, who's not even the starting running back, and KJ Osborne, who's like the third string wide receiver, or like. For Stephon Diggs, Darrell Henderson, I got offered KJ Osborne, Zach Moss, and Claypool. You think that's more unfair or more fair?
It doesn't. But here's the thing. Here's a problem with a lot of traders that I've been finding out is that people are so often trying to win the trade that they value their players 1.3x or 1.5x.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And then the other part of it is that if they don't have the clear win in the trade, they're not going to do it, and that's a problem.
I agree with you. But what I did, I also look at his roster construction, seeing that he has literally only 2 running backs on his roster.
Right. Just by pointing out someone's roster construction about how the way you think it should be, that's not going to influence many people, bro.
Yeah, but when you have 2 running backs, literally 2 running backs.
I think anybody knows if they have 2 running backs, they can use a running back, but they're not going to sacrifice their number 1 pick for a 3rd or 4th, 5th round pick in Henderson. I don't know, depending on where you drafted the guy. But like, it's not going to work.
I don't know, man.
Because I mean, if he has 2, he's starting him. He's not like
he's just mad that everybody's calling him a bad trader. That's all.
Okay, anyway, here's my thing. Brian, please change your name on this thing, please. I
don't even see my name. Joseph, you hide it?
No, it just comes up when it comes with a comment and then it goes back.
What was I going to bring up? But we made an okay trade today. I think even though I feel like I gave up the best player, it worked out for my team. I feel like so. Let's see how that goes. Did you take it off?
No, it's going to come back when.
Yeah, he took it off.
All right.
But I think anything else you guys want to touch on?
Yeah, man. People should stop crying if they get offered bad trades.
That's another thing, man. I agree with you there, Brian. I just. Even though you and I we're going back and forth at nausea, like for our first 2 trades of the year, man. But like, I just don't like to push a trade through for the sake of trading. But also, I'm not trying to win the trade outright, just because I want to one up somebody on the trade. Everybody wants to have a good roster. Everyone's trying to improve their roster, but like do it in a way where, like this reputation thing. I think this is a perfect reason to bring this up. Is like. You're going to get labeled as this bad trader, and it's like it's going to getting hard for you to make deals, just because that's the type of person you are. If you're trying to fleece somebody completely from the beginning, so look, Andrew, it happens in every league. Everyone's going to offer a low ball trade, which is unfortunate, but like that doesn't set the tone for negotiations. I like to shoot a text before even sending an offer.
But do you believe that certain players have like stock up, stock down? Where if certain players are in bad weeks, you can offer a little bit less for that player?
100%. Every player's value changes every week. We all know
so
that.
It's like Hopkins a little bit bruised up. He had 2 bad weeks. It's like, let me give it a shot. It's like
it's no problem giving the shot. I'm just saying, like, it's still like you looking at the whole thing as a whole, right? Because this trade is going to shape his at least next 5 weeks, right, to the end of the season. So.
Yeah, but it's like so many things go into consideration. Like one of the things I said before is like no like what guys whose their team is, maybe like look at Adam. Like he loves 49 players. Like if you offer 49 players, he's like, fuck it, I'll take it. Joseph traded Sermon, so I shot my shot and tried to offer him, Trey Sermon. He didn't take it, but I know he loves 49er players. During the draft, keep an eye on when you draft someone's like, oh fuck, I wanted him. Keep your eye on it. Like you can maybe offer him like it's and dude's whining about it. Like
yeah,
I don't know.
These next 2 comments.
You're not whining.
Man, they're whining, man. I can only imagine that group. Damn, fool, you hear that trade? Nah, fool. Fuck, fool.
Hopkins, fool.
Damn.
These next two comments are great.
Dynasty, I agree with that.
Yeah, Dynasty Pylon, appreciate you, man. Like and subscribe. Usually, if the trade feels uncomfortable but beneficial, it's probably fair. I definitely agree with that. And Andrew, I agree with that too, man. It is only week 3. Don't overreact. If you're in the week 4 in a normal 16 game schedule, maybe, but we're in an extra
20.
week.
That's 20% of the season already. It's down. Believe it or not, it's already 20%.
Hey, look, and Joseph, you want to tell them about comeback stories or where you were at in making the playoffs? What were your records?
Yeah, last year I think it was either 0-2 or 0-3, and I made the championship. So anything is possible. This is why I'm the comeback kid. You see on the bottom, because I come back, and this year I'm going to come back as well.
I will say this: last year, your brother, and maybe it's something with your household and your bloodline, because I know your brother was 0-4, 0-5 at one point, and he made a trade with me. And he was in contention to make playoffs last year. So,
yeah,
you're never out of it.
We don't give up. We don't quit.
You guys both were talking at the same time. I didn't hear anything.
Yeah. What was it? I think he gave up Lamar Jackson, like Lamar Thomas.
Yeah, and I gave him the Baltimore stack, and I got the Mahomes stack with Tyreek.
Wait, who did?
No, it wasn't Tyreek, was it?
Huh?
I thought it was Michael Thomas and Lamar Jackson.
Oh, was it Michael Thomas?
Yeah.
Oh, I had the Baltimore stack. I keep thinking I always have Tyreek because I love Tyreek. But you're right. Yes, I did get Michael Thomas. It didn't work out for me in the end, but obviously I made playoffs, but it didn't work out for me in the championship because Michael Thomas.
I think you gave him Woods and Henderson.
Woods, Henderson, and a third player.
Henderson. Okay.
Woods, Henderson, and the third player. Henderson had like 3 good weeks again. Then he got hurt, and then Cam Akers came in and
he actually somehow won that trade. So.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because I only got one player out of it because Thomas ended up getting shut down.
Who knew Darrell Henderson would actually help improve his team, huh?
Oh God,
it worked.
That's crazy, man. Like Darrell Henderson improved it.
But it was only for 3 weeks, Brian. It definitely turned his season around. But Henderson got hurt and never saw the job again. So it wasn't just Henderson.
Yeah, but he's keeping.
You sound like a hater.
Robert Woods did well for him too.
Sound like a hater, Andrew.
Hey, is actually speaking of Robert Woods, is he? I don't think he's droppable, but would you trade for him?
I mean, I just got offered a trade for him, so I mean, it's like you said, Cooper Kupp's the main guy, so it's like, is Woods going to get his turn? Yeah, is Woods going to get his turn ever? Maybe, but like, why would they if it's working? They're 3-0, and Woods has barely done anything, so. Who's to say it's not going to continue like this all year?
You know what's crazy? I heard Woods was actually the top wide receiver in training camp.
That's what we were hearing, yeah. I was actually high on Woods in the draft.
Yeah, but we all didn't know how close Matt Stafford and Cooper Kupp.
It's eating breakfast together, man. Like it's the most important meal of the day. Like we really
there's like so many narratives out there, like shower narrative, Bible narrative. People do like quarterbacks and receivers do Bible study together, and like these people like are just like.
Wait, where'd you get the shower narrative from?
Sure, that was more like it's on Adam Levitan.
Whoa.
If you follow, look, you guys don't know about the DFS streets like I do. There's a reason why I take your money every single week.
You hear about what players shower with each other? That's what.
Hello, do you know that?
No wonder why Joey always has an inside scoop. He's showering.
Dude, hey, it's more about like your lockers are next to each other. The shower narrative.
What kind of soap scent does Stafford use? Is it like Lemony Fresh
I don't know about that?
No,
but I will say, I do. Before I guess we're at like almost 70 minutes here. Do you guys want to do like your top waiver picks so we can give them something to look forward for tonight?
It's Hubba Hubba.
Well, besides that, man, like give them something outside of that. You gave him Peyton Barber.
Madison number 2, but more likely the top 2 guys are gone because it's already people have their backups. I'll go Peyton Barber.
Anything for you?
Yeah, the obvious ones. There's not many you can really go on. I think for wide receiver, I really like Emmanuel Sanders if he's not picked up.
If he's still there.
Yeah.
We also talked about Christian Kirk if he's still out there because obviously Rondell Moore was more of the pickup. How about I mentioned Tommy Tremble, but he might not even need to like use a waiver claim spot for him. But if you're in a fab league, you can probably put a few percentage points on that, maybe 5 to 7% as a stash because it opens up and Sam Darnold's playing really well. We all agreed here on the Mafia to not waste much fab, if any, or even definitely not a waiver claim spot if you're in a waivers type rolling league on Josh Gordon. Another pickup as far as quarterbacks are concerned, has Derek Carr, Kirk Cousins piqued your interest? If you guys are needing quarterbacks,
I like Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins is super efficient in the red zone,
yeah.
And those receivers, and then obviously Dalvin Cook, of course, but he hasn't been playing this past week. But still, yeah, I like those two guys as well.
And another guy, I don't know, Tim Patrick's probably mostly rostered, but he got a couple of injuries that happened in Denver, so he's worth a shot as well if he's there. Also, AJ Green, another guy.
I'm gonna look in some other leagues right now that I just feel like there's someone else available that I'm missing.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's see.
Did you really say Derek Carr, Brian?
I know, that's shocking.
While we were losing, I was like pacing back and forth in the living room, be like, "We're losing to fucking Sid from Toy Story." Like I'm just fucking so pissed.
Embarrassing.
Zach Pascal, Jalen Reagor, Russell Gage, any of those guys?
Reagor. I like Reagor. That's another good one.
Okay, I'm thinking about. I'm trying to find.
Not Pascal. I had him.
Not Pascal. No.
I don't think he got a pass until like the fourth quarter.
Joe Burrow has been dropped in some leagues too. It's not just in our league, but Joe Burrow has been dropped in a couple leagues. What do you guys think?
He hasn't been passing as much as he did last year. Last year he was throwing it, he was slinging it. And now it's like they try to run the ball a lot more.
It's true.
Oh God.
What about Gio Bernard?
Bro, Raider fans are like the biggest community. It's just so like they embrace each other, like so positive.
Hey man. No matter what race, creed, religion you belong to, there's always a spot for you in Raider Nation, and Andrew would attest to that.
Prison,
prison too. No matter what, prison.
I heard prison parties are going crazy right now with the Raiders undefeated.
Oh, geez, you guys are savages. Salvajes, los malosos.
Oh yeah, you said Gio. I don't know. He had one good game. I think it was a game script. They're trying to catch up. So, and I don't think the Bucs are going to catch up or play from behind most games. So, yeah, they're desperate.
I'm trying to think of anything else. I think I'm looking at tight end. It's so bare. Evan Ingram's on the waiver wire on some leagues that I'm seeing. If he's there, I think there's definitely flyer potential there just to see maybe you get drop in the bucket there.
Yeah, a lot of guys need tight ends.
Yeah. Yeah, what tight ends would you say to if you don't have any of those 5 to 7 guys? Who would you try to target?
I'll try to trade for Kyle Pitts now.
You would try to trade for
Kyle Pitts. Get him as low as possible already, yeah. I mean, I before he's going to start off slow.
Okay.
That's exactly happened.
I mean, I would love to have him too. Just see if I can catch lightning in a bottle there.
Yeah.
Okay. That's everything I got, man.
I think I actually like Dan Arnold a little bit because the Jaguars were they were targeting what's his name, O'Shaughnessy before he got injured.
Shag Hennessy, man. He
was actually heavily targeted, and they traded for Dan Arnold for a reason. I heard they were really pushing for Dan Arnold. They wouldn't do the trade unless he was involved. So that just shows that they're going to use him.
Mr. Brian, do you know what DeAndre Swift is on pace for in receptions this year? It's pretty high.
I want to say close to 100.
It's on pace for 109 receptions.
Yeah.
54% of the running back carries right now going to him, and 4 carries inside the 10. He's 11th in the league and inside the 10. Some good stuff. He's running back 3 in a lot of leagues, depending on scoring. And yes, Brian is Brian muted? Oh, you can't hear me? Oh, you can't hear Brian at all. Yosef, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, Brian got outed again. All good. But props to Brian on that because he has DeAndre Swift. All right, guys. That's everything I got. Unless there's anything else you want to say before we head out of here for Tuesday night show.
No, I think we're good. If you made it this far, like, subscribe. Please like. And a lot of people watching, they don't like it. It actually really helps. So
it helps.
If you haven't subscribed, of course, hit the subscribe button. Share the video if you liked it. ask your questions in the comments, and see us on Instagram as well and TikTok. Follow us on there for updates. Anything else,
Come
guys?
back for another Brian segment on Friday night. What's going to be are you going to tease the topic next week or no? Are we in for the next show or no?
I was thinking if you could pick one NFL player to be your bodyguard.
Oh, that's a good one.
Who would it be?
All right. Marinate on that one, everybody. It will get back.
Plus our starts of the week. And, I hit on him last week. I don't know about you guys, but maybe just.
How's your fantasy team doing, smartass?
Anyway, so we're going to end the show. Have a good one. Peace out.